Presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, was last Friday allegedly detained in London by UK immigration officials. Obi was said to have been detained for hours and interrogated by the officials after his British Airways plane landed in Heathrow Airport on Friday morning. Professor Chinyere Okuna, a famous mass communication scholar and deputy vice-chancellor of Paul University, Oka, who is also a confidant of Obi, revealed this on Wednesday morning. Okuna, who worked with Obi as Commissioner for Information, Commissioner for Economic Planning and Coordinating Commissioner for Development Partners, said Obi, who lived honorably in the UK, narrated the ordeal to her in private and expressed pain about his ordeal and others, which is meant to hound and chase him out of Nigeria. Okuna said, "I suppose he told me all this confidentially. My very sincere apologies, Your Excellency, for breaking the confidentiality, but history beckons and I cannot keep quiet." Obi spoke to me at the official opening of the Special Hospital of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Sisters Nkpo on Tuesday. He arrived at the event after flying in from London. "I actually had no idea he had traveled out of the country until ovation over his presence in London church went viral on the internet. He arrived at Heathrow Airport and joined the usual queue to pass through immigration, and what was when his ordeal and that was when his ordeal began. He was stopped and questioned for a long time and subsequently handed a detention note and told to wait for further interrogation and investigation. This was terribly unusual for a man who had lived honorably in the UK for a long time. In the face of this harassment, some well-meaning Nigerians, knowing who he is, raised their voices in protest, demanding to know why he was being treated that way." Okuna revealed that in the face of semi-protest by some Nigerians, the immigration officials revealed that someone was impersonating Obi in the country. The shocking revelation by the immigration officer was that Obi's identity was duplicated. This revelation has definitely set off alarm bells. For people who are knowledgeable about such matters, this is a very dangerous development because the implication is that someone is impersonating Peter Obi, and that someone could implicate Obi in all manner of dubious and even criminal activities and rope him into any number of offenses. He could get Obi framed for one criminal act or another. The frightening scenario of what can happen is unimaginable. This is the height of it all for a man who has been under sundry intimidation and emotional torture, bugging of his phone and those of his wife and children, keeping him constantly under surveillance, calling him names, putting him under severe pressure to leave, run away from the country, wrongly accusing him of negative things he knows about absolutely nothing about. As he was telling me his Heathrow tale of woe as Nkpo today, I could see a man who was in severe pain and under unbearable stress, who many would expect to be at the point of despair. But as he confirmed, he is ready to suffer this pain, and as he has determined as ever to pursue the path which he has chosen to enable him arrive at the destination which where many people in Nigeria and far beyond are expecting him to arrive at. Okay. Oh my goodness, you can imagine. Can you imagine? Yes, okay, no wonder they were telling us that they are trying to make him to leave the country. Of course, when somebody was saying that APC can do, they can do anything at all. Somebody says, forget it. What is it? They say somebody is impersonating. Do you know what it means? And that is why they have been going round. Yes, they can do more than that. What are you talking about? They are looking for a way to dent this man image. How can they tell us that this man is not corrupt? How can they want to prove that oh, he's the only saint? How can he say he's a saint? He's not a saint. We must look for something to nail him down. You see that the federal government is calling him now. It's calling him to come and explain, to come and talk about the leaked audio. Like, seriously? Are they normal? Are you okay? Did he tell Oyedepo to arrange for weapons to get rid of anybody? He was saying, Daddy, please help us talk to your people. You can't be, if you want to harm people, if you want to, if you don't need to beg anybody. You just say, oh, let us arrange some boys, let us do this. You know, the other time, if you remember, just about some weeks ago, Keyamo came out and said that Obi has scammed a lot of people in Abuja to be dishing out some fake whatever propaganda. So people are asking, must they be in hotel before they can dish out propaganda, if at all? See, today now, nobody's saying anything. Remember the issue of the CBN governor? The same APC people came out and said, this man has been sponsoring Boko Haram, has been sponsoring terrorism, or this and this and that. Do you know that nobody's talking about that case again? And at the end of the day, it's just that Buhari cannot be trusted. With all this problem here and there in APC, it is Buhari that is causing it. Because if really Emefiele is doing anything or everything, that's been accused of him, if he's doing it on his own accord, it won't take time now. They would have taken him. Why was presidency protecting Emefiele? As when he traveled out of the country, he couldn't come back. We're hearing, oh, you want to take a asylum somewhere, this and this and that. And the day the man came back, I'm still sure that he's still with a lot of top security officials who are still guarding him. You said they saw a lot of allegations here and there against Emefiele. See, today now, all of them, all those allegations, nobody's talking about it again. They've forgotten it. That's it to tell you that anytime they want to get you down, they begin to bring all this frivolous rubbish. You can imagine the presidency. Of course, they are going to be supporting Tinubu. Coming out, they are supposed to be neutral in all of this. Coming out to tell us we should come and explain the leaked audio. When a lot of rubbish happened in this thing in Lagos, did you hear them say anything? Even Ononuga, who was calling for the heads of Igbo people, did you hear them say anything? No, they won't say nothing. They will not say anything. So, but we thank God. We thank God that it didn't really happen the way they expected it. We knew all is suffering from APC and entire cabals, but God of heaven will see him through, and his enemies will never know peace, even their unborn children. Yes. Oh my God. Who will be impersonating Obi except his Igbo supporters? They are full of dubious. Igbo forgot. Hey, you are not. You are a very unserious person. You are already under a curse. Who else wants your misery and cause life? The thunder has already fired you for saying that his people will impersonate him. Oh my God. Well, don't be surprised the behavior was exhibited in one of his kings from Yoruba land during the Abacha regime, when drugs were planted in his luggage. But after investigation and interrogation, the truth was out. The culprits from Nigeria confessed and exposed their sponsors. I will not be surprised if they try to do the same to Obi or Dati Baba Ahmed. Blackmail is the specialty of this present APC leadership. Okay. Okay.